sebeya ye fence ye behu se ye koye nimba captain the bias I had the snapshot uhu on various platforms issues of corruption sometimes ebuabam and a turn to render everything that we do here useless, as if say we are not going anywhere. Because you see this culture of monetization creeping into our body politics over the years, you know. We are hoping say at least baby duru there nkasabi nkeswati. But unfortunately, no, I feel no guswa ekononim. I feel the need to and first, you know, this monetization is also in the dark, under the cover of darkness. Oh, yeah, but a man for develop a certain energy. We do it in the open, in the camera. Now, man for you see the danger in all these things is that at the end of the day, you know, a relegated people are more what it takes to lead people into the background, and then give you the opportunity for certain individuals with whatever interest. Some may be criminals, some may be greedy men. These people come up fronting your politics, you know, making critical decisions for us. And at the end of the day, you know, we are not getting anywhere because my culture says you cannot move a country with fools. And consistently, we have designed a system that consistently grant political power to the unwise. And at the end of the day, when you want the 2 million or be a winning or you see 2 million editorize, and that is exactly what is playing. So until say they realize this monetization, young first come away, may bribe way, get into our politics, you know. Say you stop here. I'm telling you, we will not move anywhere. Yes, so because it's so nasty, and you see the institutions are making sure some of these things you don't see, and the special prosecutor has given up because on one cause of fighting corruption. Why and with the Sicily that the package was too good. So even the energy on his part to ensure that we confront issues like this, and in the part because but the very people who brought him are the very people who are sharing money. And this culture of monetization, you know, it's not even in one political party, are spread across all the political parties. And within the political parties, you know, you can't have any whip system dealing with the situation. Because from the top to down, the position they are paid their way through. Flag bearers are paying, party national executives are paying. Yes, the national executives are paying, the flag bearers are paying. So at the end of the day, you know, find what that moral conviction to look somebody in the face and say, oh, you stop with the corruption. Until such states even making earnest effort. So Sanema way idea a boy mine. As you fire name see for ma. We will never get there, and consistently we will be arming fools with political authority, with political power, and they will use that to terrorize us. So we as a people must realize now the 2 million mana, and you will in our town because my case election is not an event; it's a process. Long-term consequences. And this now the 2 million in summer. You have no business complaining because nipa na talk right. Na me kasa tisa wako shop, na wako to iPhone. Oto we now the coffee opa abawe neboa opa abato atwene because you've paid with your money. You don't have any business with nipa corona auto free in the hall. Sa na vote no tie say en auto vote no free ho we no kwa. The person is not accountable to you anymore. You can't ask the person for any development because sikana or the bribe no, they need to pay back. Some went for a loan. Obi benevolent donors who will eventually come back for their money. They will give them the money. So say Oko Parliament now the whole focus is to ensure say obetime business and yesika to go back and pay the donors and as we be taking money no. Then amass another money or to go into the next elections. So I know the day it's a cycle. Development is about people no and again. The last time I was telling you, most of the constituencies now, MP no the constituency are the same people are lining up. Me kwaya wedding me ba we MP or constituency in the week we didn't have grab to fundaka be 15 because obia de ne how about so at the end of the day the core duty and the core responsibility of these people to ensure that they weave policies and initiatives I bet me boy me transform your life I bet me boy me position or minor I'm on a certain edge I'm on a certain competitive advantage in this global world, you know. I bet me am I for better education, healthcare, and as a form of captain so I'm never when will be pushed into the periphery because it's a money your platform na your BA. So you're monetizing the whole space and now we need sika forget about politics. So at the end of the day, you know, what was sika and our access. So nipa na what it takes a typical leadership qualities obetimi aba abaye nhihye ama se sabi nipa asesere mbeko no. Those people, no, yeah, we are substituting them for these guys with money. And at the end of the day, no, obi o sika or sikanti or buy that humanity at heart and niho. And this is the kind of leadership I yeti ho. And that is why the last time I was telling you, say Ghana for no, nobody is a victim. Nobody is innocent. You know, we are complices and sponsors. Yes. No one is innocent. Oh yeah.
Anyway,
yes, nobody is an innocent. Captain, you know your accomplices because we won't even control physical control about man and expect say the miracle will happen. So, Captain, I think that we as a people, no, we need to be very reasonable and wake up from this slumber because we are very greedy people. We are part of what is happening. Sometimes we go out there and pretend we are not part of it. Sometimes the only difference between here and your money say they are there and we are down here. So you get the opportunity to be there. We may even do the worst because that is the culture we have created for ourselves. And with some of the constituencies, I think that without Dwasafua losing me, I think there's a consolation for BR because you see, your politics you need to mature, you need to grow. Whatever reason they lead, you know, man call outside the country for several years, you know. So we need explanation here for Ghana for don't go on social media and be doing videos as if say who Ghana for and show political maturity. And I think say the people paid her in her own kind and she deserves it. And going forward, no, I want us to go on this particular trend. You see, now I don't know for video be circulated or can send me or say what we share abontia. Oh yeah, Adam for Mubeti dim Komaya Bibia, but Otina Adam for some. That is how leadership is supposed to be. Say ye China ye can Madam for Nayo, but when it comes to serious business, Juma friendship be any baby. And I think that is what we need to focus on. Now you're making sure that we punish people at interest. Let us put people out the interest of the country at heart. Now you say Sabi. Nipana yedi to me more and just because no way fair, not because o sikanti na yedi neighbor. But what happened in your friend say wow constituency that things Canadian acquire ma ni no lusu ho. Your friend is a bantama. We go catch it obi say ne ma me ton abete na asefo in our can society you can't say such words and get away with it because obia ne ma me ton abete a watimi ahwe ne ba na ba be chief of staff you need to respect that abete woman. You understand? Sure. So there are certain commenter we politics you need to mature, you need to grow. But if consistently if we keep pushing these guys asabi or penini kasasa akra, these are the very people you reward and give them political power. So ask yourself that when we consistently reward these guys with political power now what now expecting some miracle to happen. We need to wake up and realize changing the destiny of this particular country. Let us look for men are very empathetic towards people. Look, get to Accra, see the kind of misery, the kind of economic way that the spiritual man will go through. These people just don't care. Let us reward people. Right,
Captain, you know, we a quick one. I'll pick up from maybe innocent say we are not victims, we are accomplices. And I agree. Captain, so we share and then you call a little biblical. Make me Bible school days. Okay, time I did Jesus before the people. And I did Barabbas. And I say, why now will be choose? Now, mind you, Barabbas was a stealer, he was a thief, he was a killer, he was a corrupt person. Now, Jesus was the person who was working with the people every single day. I don't know, feeding 5,000 at one time, 4,000 at another time. This is the person who was healing the sick, giving people what they need to have a good life. But yet, beside the same people, no say, who should we release for you? No, I'm gonna say, give us Barabbas and kill Jesus. Ghanaians every single 7th December, every 4 years, we go to the same polling stations to elect the same people, Captain. I say they are corrupt, they steal our resources, they don't create the jobs, they don't build the hospitals, they don't build the roads. We are the very same people who blame these people for being corrupt. But Captain, every time we get the election mandates, no, we won't give it to these very same people. How are we victims here? Until you realize, Captain, the people have not changed. Even from biblical times to now, we are still towing the same line. And nothing is going to change until the people begin to do the right thing. Let us put truth where truth stands. And Captain said, oh, can you say into Sebi? That's how it's supposed to be. So if you're speaking the truth, you say what it is and you do what it is. Captain, we're just wrapping up quickly, but let me touch on the ECOWAS thing. Captain, is history repeating itself all over again? Now, so what's the ECOWAS? Now, the name itself is Economic Community of West African States. The first word there is economic. Captain, if you're going to be honest with ourselves, you ensure ever since the formation of the ECOWAS, not even AU will be another day, but ECOWAS, no. What has been the economic benefit to any single member of ECOWAS?
Heads of state and
apart from parties they've been going for, and in pictures, and no
taking pictures.
But what has been the economic benefits to the people? What have the people gained economically? America said since we joined the ECOWAS,
when they steal, they buy Kuse and Masa
for
the village boys.
And see, if some people have decided say where we want to take our country to, no, and yet the direction ECOWAS is going in, and we want to pull out, who is talking nonsense? Where? Who is saying what? Now, to them, let them remember, say, it was supposed to be an economic community where you promote trade amongst the countries in there. Captain, since you have passport and you're not flying, you want to use road, you find so much difficulty trying to enter Cote d'Ivoire or Togo. So far, plane there is okay because we know the kind of people who can fly in planes, but how many citizens in these countries can afford a plane ticket? And so they make it very difficult for us to even communicate with ourselves. Can you pick a phone today and call Ivory Coast? What will be the charges on it? You'll be surprised. So, for London and US, no, you have discount rates to call these countries, but to me, Togo and Abidjan. Yes. You see, so
for Abidjan.
That's what I'm saying. I cheap access over for US and now UK. But you can't call your next door neighbor here and say, what is the use of ECOWAS? What is the benefit of ECOWAS to our people?
Meanwhile, Leica is everywhere in the whole of Europe. One network.
So, you see,
same charges. From Switzerland to France, from France to Italy, from Italy to wherever.
But Captain, a little backdrop as to the formation of ECOWAS. It started with in 28th September 1958. French president at that time, Charles de Gaulle, or say he gave them an option. Or say all the French colonies in Africa, 14 countries, or say or 3 options. Either say you would not vote against, you vote against the constitutional referendum, and then you become completely autonomous. You'll be a free country. And now the second one is say you become part of France, and all the African countries in Africa will become departments of France. That's the second option. Third option, no, say you remain a part of, you have self-autonomy, but with defense ministry, with finance ministry, and it's our key strategic ministries, no, about France.
And natural resources.
And see 3 options, no, choose the win. And you see, all of them were bad, but people said, okay, say, we'll be autonomous. Let's choose option 3, which is that we'll have our autonomy, we'll become independent, but our Ministry for Finance will be in France, our defense will be in France, our transportation and all those key sectors will be in France. That's what most people chose. But out of 14 countries, no, 2 countries said we are moving away from France completely. That was Mali and Guinea. And see, the dynamics of what is happening today, you see Guinea in there, you see Mali. What was started back then is what they are reviving today, and they are breaking away from ECOWAS itself. But you see, what the French did was very smart. Almost created a union. Almost say, oh, I know all African countries that are independent, so you can join. But you be part of the the European Economic Community, EEC. Until from the so-called alliance of the 12 French countries, forming EEC, the European Economic Community. So you be part of the European economy. And so you are in Africa, but your economy is actually an appendage of Europe.
That's right.
From there, no, I'm changing UAM. And the UAM almost is for every country. You don't have to be a French-speaking country. Even if you're an English country, you can still join. And they open up to the whole Africa. It is from that point, and now we had the blueprint for the formation of AU. But then the subsector was for the ECOWAS. And ECOWAS was a direct representative of the EEC within this bloc, because this is where most of the majority of the French colonies were. And see, people understand how ECOWAS came to be. It was not something that was created, say, by Africans. No. It was a French organization that was built to mop up the French African countries, particularly in West Africa. But then they realized they have the opportunity to bring more countries into EMBMU. And it's Captain, today, if Mali and Guinea are in there, but we're saying Burkina Faso and then Niger have decided to form a nucleus, and they're saying we don't want to be part of ECOWAS. ECOWAS should defend their position and say, when you became part of ECOWAS, this is what you've been able to achieve. This is what you've been able to get. There's easy passes between our borders. You can move to any country freely. We have transportation. Captain, we don't even have a train that's running from Accra to Abidjan.
What's that?
See, we don't even have...
Now what Ghana always say free to Abidjan? No, I can train.
And see, really, Captain, Ghana will definitely be a part of
it. Yes. And they will... You need quiet plane faso to set train.
But Captain, to wrap up, let me throw this warning out there. There's a new strategy I bought out. So share Europe and America particularly, everybody is getting ready for war. Sweden president are capturing the citizens say because we are getting ready for war. Most other European countries are also doing the same thing. But Captain, you know the game here. in the few weeks to come, we better say UK, any US, or maybe army. Say anyone who is in Africa, particularly youth, who person be joining army, no, come.
What's it like?
Neighbor, me say.
Week away, enemy.
In the coming weeks.
What might be an say coming weeks?
No, sir. The policy has been passed.
But say more for officers, more for senior officers.
And I say
the way I Ghana. Post for any soldier for Kwabuche.
Yes. And I say in the coming weeks. In the coming weeks, you hear the announcement say if you want to join the US or the UK armies, come there. It's free. You just come and join the army. You know what's happening? UK, almost young youth, they're getting ready for war. The youth in UK are saying they're not going to join anything. Same with US. And see, right now, what it means is France. The young people in UK and America particularly, you've added France. Almost say right now they're not going to fight any war. They're not ready for war. And they have a short number for the army. And they're going to open up free recruitment. Me say, last week I told the youth of Ghana, no, Captain, hold on. No, Captain. Instead of going to die, Captain, let us take back our country and fix it. No, Captain, hold on.
I don't want to die.
Captain, make an assembly. So, Canada, I said this last week.
Okay.
If everybody in Canada was running away from Canada, say, you call baby for you call CC Hono, and who will build Canada? Who will call Canada Hono? Who would have gone there?
But Canada president not doing.
So I'm coming. Who selects the president in Ghana? And yeah, youth, 60% of youth. You got two line 2020 elections, and I had two man, the one who sits on this seat right now. It is a yeah, bro, who do we blame? The youth. We say 60% of the voter population are youth, and we are the ones who elect our president. And see, instead of running away, no, let us get together and fix a country.
And Chekra.
Yes, Captain. So I'm saying, Mama Meninda, they will give you free visa to come and join the armies in Europe and America. Me say, because Captain, let me give this one first.
Look at me, let me tell you something.
Captain, but let me give this one in first.
Let me say this before you continue.
Captain,
with all due respect to you, bro.
Right.
If it is opened next year,
yes,
within 1 day,
yes,
1 million applications will get to the US and the UK embassy.
I know, and I'm telling you
why. You know why? The youth of this country know be tukwanyako.
Right.
I wish they stay with us to build this country.
Right.
But ni yase sorry anopa.
Yes.
Ne komodem.
I know. Cause
people would love to die at a very decent place than to die in hunger.
So I'll say this again. Everyone who is willing and ready to die, let us die to fix a country. Because social Ghana flag, no, the first color at the top is red. Because some people said, yeah, in America, social national flag, no, the first color at the top is red. Now that red, no, is because some people said, say, yeah, in America, yeah, in UK, Debbie, yeah, but if we need, they will die to build this country. That is why you and I can call ourselves Ghanaians today. And if any youth of Ghana are ready to pick a plane and go and die in some foolish war somewhere, which they have no part of, we should rather stay here and commit our blood to building this country. So we can also say to our children who are coming, say, no, Captain, I'm coming. You see, Captain, I've said this again. The first step we can take this is leadership. Let us stop putting, like Innocent said, let us stop putting those fools up in those positions. Let us put the right people who can do something for this country. And I'm saying, Captain, some join this army, I am telling them for a fact, the UK soldiers will not be put in the front line. The citizens of America and UK will not be put where don't put their people there because the people don't even want to go. And that's where they will put our people. And I'm telling you, Captain, the youth of Ghana today, they're in training on war. Boy Scouts can Kobe. So what criteria are they going to use? They're just going to be used as fodder. And I'm saying if they are ready to die, to lay their lives down, anytime they prefer demonstrations, because people are afraid, say police will bomb you. So if right now you are ready, that you are willing to die for your country, when we are taking actions to build this country, don't sit at home. That's if you are ready to die for someone who you don't have nothing to do about. Me say, so don't me be surprised that they don't pay your family taxes. Let me remind them, after Second World War, in fact, during Second World War, Ghana soldiers they call UK to go and defend UK. They came back, they never paid them. Until they said 28 February, certain old soldiers be called castle, some called allowance, salaries, and they were shot. Those are people who went to fight for Britain in the Second World War. Me say during the Second World War, Ghana soldiers particularly, a lot of them to go and fight in UK to defend Britain. After the war, no benefits they want to be Ghana. 28 February 1948, they routes no buy they marched those soldiers for Britain. They marched to the castle, say demand salaries, no more allowances. What happened? The British governor there instructed say that is what led to the 1948 routes, and that's what helped us gain our independence. When they opened the invitation, said come and fight, learn what has happened to our ancestors before. These people will not pay you because they don't have the money. They will send you off to your death, go and die foolish deaths. And when you come back even trying to defend or demand for your compensation, you're not going to get them, because history has showed us how these people operate. And to the youth of Ghana, I am saying, sir, if right now